economic partnership between the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Federal Republic of Germany witnessed further expansion and strengthening this week as two important agreements were signed between Nigerian and German businesses. Speaking in Berlin, Germany at the 10th German-Nigerian Business Forum, President Bola Tinubu said that with a resilient democracy, Nigeria is well primed to attract foreign direct investment. The president witnessed the signing of two memoranda of understanding, one on the supply of gas from Nigeria to Germany and another for $500 million worth of renewable energy projects in Nigeria. Outlining some of the achievements of his administration, which include his globally acclaimed economic reforms, the president emphasized his commitment to sustaining the reforms and building stronger Nigerian-German relations. Back home, a glimmer of hope came for Nigeria's creative industry as Vice President Kashim Shettima restated the resolve of the Tinubu administration to ensure a more inclusive and prosperous future for the country's creative economy. He said the present administration is poised to increase the voices of Nigeria's creative minds, empower the nation's best talents, and harness the unconstrained potential within the country's diverse cultural tapestry. The Vice President gave the assurance while addressing key players and stakeholders in the nation's creative and entertainment industry during the Arts, Culture and Creative Economy Roundtable, a creative industry intervention organized by the Ministry of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy at the Banquet Hall of the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy Wale Edun says the Federation account is witnessing improved revenue inflow since the removal of fuel subsidy from an average of 650 billion naira monthly to over 1 trillion naira in the last 4 months. Wale Edun made the disclosure at a retreat in Asaba Delta State for Federal Account Allocation Committee FAAC, organized by the Federal Ministry of Finance in collaboration with Delta State government, with the theme Creating Resilient Economy Through Diversification of the Nation's Revenue. The minister, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary Finance Okokon Ekanem Udo, explained that government is not oblivious of the untold hardships faced by Nigerians following the removal of petroleum subsidy and harmonization of exchange rates, affirming that all the sacrifices will not be in vain as government is bent on ensuring that the economy bounces back to normal as we continue to consolidate the recovery efforts on achieving inclusive economic growth and development. Meanwhile, Accountant General of the Federation, Dr. Oluwatoyin Madeyin, in her speech disclosed that the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation is drafting a bill that will give legal backing to the public finance management reform initiatives and the operations of the Treasury of the Federation. She said the bill, when passed into law, will repeal the Finance Control and Management Act 1958 and enact the Public Finance Management Bill, which will provide legal framework for the operations of the Treasury, institutionalize the public finance management reforms, and regulate the management of public funds. The chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, Zak Adedeji, has charged non-domestic companies shipping crude oil from Nigeria to ensure strict compliance with the country's tax laws in their operations. Adedeji, who gave the charge in Lagos at a workshop on taxation of non-resident shipping companies, said the tax compliance exercise commenced by FAAC on the activities of the foreign shipping companies lifting hydrocarbons from Nigeria was part of measures aimed at widening the tax net in order to grow revenue for the government. The FAAC chairman assured the international companies that the agency was only interested in ensuring compliance with extant tax laws and not out to disrupt their operations. Section 14 of the Companies Income Tax Act 2004, as amended, makes it mandatory for foreign companies engaging in shipping and air transport operations in Nigeria to file tax returns to continue to carry out their businesses within the country. The Nigerian Institute of Advanced Legal Studies has unveiled 10 volumes of multilateral treaties legally binding on Nigeria for the period of 1960 to 2023 and their tabular analysis. This exercise, which was last done for the first time 33 years ago in 1990, did not cover much, hence the need to update the data. The unveiling of the first 9 volumes was done by the Attorney General of the Federation, who was represented by Beatrice Jedi Agba, Solicitor General of the Federation. Director General of the Institute, Professor Muhammad Tawfiq Landan, identified 3 key areas of concern emerging from the non-domestication of treaties and agreements within the period and pointed out that the exercise was born out of general concern from the 3 tiers of government, including the private sector and other stakeholders regarding the volume and scope of treaties.
And you'll be shocked that the Ministry of Justice does not even have a single copy as of today. Probably actually in the next few weeks, copies will actually be rolled. But the National Assembly, the same thing does not have. So some executive actual institutions are having these treaties and they are required to be sharing them, in the depository of this so that we can have a reliable national database. The essence of the database is for legal information, is for legal empowerment, is about access to information on treaties, so that we can monitor treaty obligations implementation by Nigeria, by Nigerians in Nigeria.
So if you sign international law or treaty, you must also come back home. Apart from ratification as a member of the United Nations or a member of the African AU or a member of ECOWAS, you must come home and domesticate it for it to be enforced.
The presentation was with the theme Treaty Law and State Practice in a Creative, Digital, Green and Blue Nigeria Economy. Implications for policy decisions on infrastructure and sustainable development, trade, investment, industrialization, and foreign affairs.